Does some part of you enjoy the fact that you're known more as an actor today than as a director?
No.
You don't like it?
No, I haven't seen Kuli. I haven't seen War 2. Too much post-production happening. That's why it's like, it's not really, because this unnecessary built up to something that also builds expectations often leads to disappointment. North India mein ye six packs nahi hota. It's like the almost repeating the same conversation probably I had with Salman during Terenaam. Exorcist ko kuch mila, Godfather ko kuch mila, Coppola and Friedkin is in another car and they're abusing each other. I got the best director, but I got the best film. I mean, that's beautiful, no?
Yeah.
I was not thinking of KGF or Salar or this and that, no. I was only thinking about my film and how I can be my most honest and my most... Everybody's trying to crack the formula for the next box office blockbuster. Nobody knows the formula for hit film. Suddenly, because of OTT, they're watching shows from across the world. And now they're directly comparing it. And a film becomes a hit. Everybody finds some kind of a reason. This is why it became a hit. I said, nobody knows it beforehand. I know Javed Saab told me after watching Mukkabaz, आपको पैसे कमाने से दिक्कत है क्या?
மூணு அஞ்சு விடுங்க நட்சத்திரா எடுங்க
நட்சத்திரா கார்பன் ஃப்ரீ அகர்பத்தீஸ்
MCR Pure Cotton Club formals and casual shirts.
கிராண்ட் ராயல் டூர்ஸோட டிராவல் பண்ணுங்க இடங்களும் புதுசு நினைவுகளும் புதுசு.
Hello, Anurag Kashyap.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
I see that you're wearing a Fassbinder t-shirt.
Yeah,
Is it to remind people that there are still authors in world cinema that you got to watch or something like that?
No, this is the real thing. I've made a very fast film. So fast bender.
Which is Nishaanchi. So you're coming from Kochi,
I'm coming from Kochi.
where you were.
I was a Malayali Manorama award. I just won for Rifle Club. Shared the award with Prakash Verma. 2 directors winning acting award.
Yeah, like he's an art film director, you're a feature film director, and you're both winning Best Villain award.
We also go back to like old days, no? So,
Really?
Yeah.
From where?
Ad film industry में तो मैं तो इधर काम करता.
He was also there. Okay, nice. So,
He won for Thudaram, I won for Rifle Club.
yeah. So when you're known, does some part of you enjoy the fact that you're known more as an actor today than as a director?
No.
You don't like it?
I prefer, I love making movies, but somehow I have understood that, when you start acting, people also start tracking your movies more as a director.
Which is good, right?
Which is good. Which is what is very good.
So define that term, Anurag, because like a lot of people say, for the discerning, or what is a discerning audience?
No, I'm saying an
Don't
audience
you
who's
like-
used to. No, my thing is like,
Sometimes
okay,
you just
I'm a
feel like-
cinephile.
Okay.
Forget me. I'm saying I'm a cinephile.
Yeah.
I follow cinema. I follow great shows. I go and watch anything that's good, right?
Yeah.
I will, as it is, be on a platform that's giving me access to films and things and whatever, right? I'm not the audience they're looking for. But I'm saying, if you want the audience, what is it that you are offering me that others don't? And others are giving me the same thing or better thing at a much lesser cost.
Okay.
At a much lesser cost. And so what happens is, how's an audience, like when we talk about Malayalam cinema, it's an audience built on cinema, right? You built a taste slowly. What is happening to our audience? They're suddenly, because of OTT, they're watching shows from across the world. They're watching films from across the world. And now they're directly comparing it. And they feel that our films and shows are somewhere falling short of what people are creating worldwide. Right? So there's a direct comparison. And we are trying to dumb it down to get that audience in that was watching that television's daily soap. Right? That television daily soap that they were consuming for nothing.
For free.
For nothing.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what had happened with Sacred Games when it had come? There was no Netflix in India. People bought subscription to watch the show, no? I'm saying, you have to create something that people will watch. What happened with Patal Lok? People got on to see Patal Lok. I'm saying, the scam. People got on to see a scam.
Yeah.
I'm saying, one scam changed the life of Sony Live.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you create a great show. And what is the Netflix reaction is, who passed scam in Netflix? Fire that person. That's how they do it.
I heard the same thing happened with some other OTT channel abroad when they passed on adolescence and it went to Netflix. So they were like, why did you, that was that.
But I think that's very strange, I think
But nobody can predict, right? It's like, what's the.
you can't. I'm saying you have to have. My greatest example, I think, on which this book that I recommend to everyone, Easy Rider's Raging Bull.
Yeah, Peter Biskins.
Yeah, Peter Biskin's book. I'm saying when you read that book, it talks about United Artists in a way. It talks about how a bunch of filmmakers from the 70s,
Like late 69 to.
late 69 to 70,
Yeah.
early 70, mid 70s, tak chalte, also competing with each other.
Yeah.
Filmmakers who are envious of each other while supporting each other.
Yeah.
Because that moment that the book describes, कि Oscar night के बाद Exorcist को कुछ मिला, Godfather को कुछ मिला, Coppola and Friedkin is in another car and they're abusing each other. I got the best director, but I got the best film. Well, that's beautiful, no?
Yeah.
I'm saying that kind of a competition between people who are doing quality stuff, and that has built an audience for a longer stuff. Longer time period built an audience for.
So let me argue with that about that. See, that was a very strange moment in American cinema because the studio system was winding down.
Yeah.
They were watching French films and Japanese films and all that kind of stuff.
Which is what is happening exactly now.
So you think that moment is being
I
recreated
think
here?
that moment is happening now.
Okay.
I'm saying you have an Indian audience
No, I'm
that's
talking
watching.
about the makers. So Bonnie and Clyde gets made, and it's very, very. The grammar is so non-Hollywood, and it becomes this blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it's become the counterculture starts, and people like Scorsese and kind of things. Even if you see Spielberg during the 70s.
Yeah, I'm saying Spielberg is also a product of the time. He's the kid of the
lot.
lot.
If you look at Jaws today, people might say, "Yeah, why is this so?" It's a very character-driven
film
for a horror film. But today it might not be a very different film. You think that moment is happening today in India?
I think so. I always say that. I think because what is happening is everybody's trying to crack the formula for the next box office blockbuster. Everybody's trying to emulate or follow a trend, and they get trapped. The world like universe, this universe, that is Marvel universe, or this universe. Everybody's trying to create. They think that's what is working. It's not working for Marvel. It's not working for DC. It's not working for anyone. But what is working? That Odia film. That in Odisha alone can do a business of 50 crores.
Yeah, I forget the name.
Anyone, my thing is like, has anyone in the entire trade has seen Odisha as a market for any language of film, any language film? But if a film can go out and do that kind of a business in Odisha, that means there's an audience waiting to watch. There's a Sue from So. It's a very local Mangalore, Kundapur zone film. That's doing business across Karnataka and everything, and now it's also released in Telugu and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's speaking locally to people.
Yeah.
Right? And it has made that kind of money.
Yeah.
So which I'm saying that, I'm saying make the film that you should, the beautiful interview that I saw of Mohit Suri, post Sayara, where he said that my friend was making Shrikant. And I said, why are you making this film?
This is the Rajkumar Rao film.
Rajkumar Rao film. And Mohit said, why are you making this film? This film doesn't look like it will make so much money and all that. He said, no, I just want to make I want to make the good film that I want to make to the best of my capacity. So and Shrikant came out and it did good business. For the kind of film that it was, it did good business. And it hit home with him, or whatever. He says, I also went out to make a very honest, my film. To the best of my ability. I was not thinking of KGF or Salar or this and that, no. I was only thinking about my film and how I can be my most honest and to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
So when that happens, it hits a note. Because that's what we have stopped doing.
But did the film work for you?
I have not seen it.
You've not seen Sayara?
I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it also because I know the kid from the time he's been growing up.
Okay.
Ahan.
Yeah. No,
and also because honestly speaking, I love Kalyug when I saw. And I remember when Kalyug had come out, I called Mohit Suri And said that, and then he had asked me to act, and that time I was not willing to act in some film.
And now you're acting all over the place.
No, I have to see Sayara. I want to see,
Yeah.
because what happens is, for me, either I watch a film before everybody starts talking about it, or I'll watch a film after the talk kind of dies down. Because then what happens is you start comparing the film
Yeah.
based on the talk that you're hearing. So that's why if I missed Sayara in the beginning, then I'll see it towards it's 5-6 weeks later, because that's why I either see it first day before I've heard anything, or I see it. It's because there's so much conversation around it. I'll start not watching the film. I'll start comparing the film based on the conversation. That's why I don't watch it.
Yeah. And now that you're in Chennai, have you seen Coolie?
No, I haven't seen Coolie. I haven't seen War 2, because somehow just too much post production happening. That's why it's like it's not really. I've not been watching too
Watching
much.
stuff?
Yeah,
Now, how important is watching stuff
it's very.
for a director? Because I've heard people say that sometimes when you're watching stuff, it enters your subconscious and or
It does.
unconscious, and sometimes you end up replicating stuff.
It does. It happens.
So-
it differs from person to person, because I believe it, because I'm a cinephile.
I've
I
seen
watch
your
so much film.
wall of DVDs.
Yeah, I watch so many films when I get time. So subconsciously, it does reflect in my work sometime or the other, and people have pointed it out also. So it's not like that. And I also know filmmakers who don't watch films,
Yeah.
who don't watch films too much. Like Imtiaz doesn't watch too many films.
Okay.
I know he doesn't watch too many films.
Is that because he wants to keep his voice pure?
No,
or
no,
something?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay. He just
He will watch a film. If I'll call him, he'll watch a film.
Oh, okay.
If I'll somebody will call him, he'll watch a film. But he likes to travel. He has his own thing. He likes to travel. He travels across the world and he writes his stories while traveling.
I just read a news item today or yesterday saying that he saw Nishaanchi and he really
He
liked
saw,
it. Yeah.
He loved it.
Yeah. So what is this film?
Nishaanchi. Nishaanchi is my long. It's like one of those things that have held very close to my chest.
Okay.
To find
So you've
the
had the
right
idea
time.
for a long time.
I've had the script for a long time.
Okay. For how long?
I wrote it in 2016.
Okay.
But I wanted to do it right. And I did not want it to fall into. I did not want it to become yet another. Everybody was trying to force this to become yet another kind of a bomb alert. Like make it a project. The subject अच्छा है, script अच्छी है, सब कुछ. और मेरे को था कि नहीं, मेरे को अपनी तरह से बनानी है, और इस बार वो गलतियां मैं फ्रंट फुट पे ही करूँगा, नहीं तो मैं फ्रंट फुट पे खेलूँगा. I will not be on a back foot. And what happens is those massive expectations, massive built up, massive stuff. बस चुपचाप जाके फिल्म बनाए, जब तक टीजर ड्रॉप नहीं हुआ किसी को पता नहीं चला.
Nobody knew. I was like, when I got the call and said there was a movie called Nishaanchi, I said, I thought he's making something called Bandar. And no, this is a different film. This is Nishaanchi. So
But that's the whole idea was like, when the teaser drops is when people will find out there's a film like this.
yeah.
Because this unnecessary built up to something that also builds expectations often leads to disappointment.
Yeah.
So my thing is like I want to step away from that, and plus I wanted very committed people. I've also moved out. So I've already moved out from Bombay. I don't live in Bombay.
You live in Bangalore, right?
I live in Bangalore.
Yeah.
And I want to work with people who are fully committed and they have all their time for my film.
Okay.
The way I used to work.
So is that how you,
No.
the Bal Thackeray's grandson,
Yeah.
who's debuting
4 years. He's given me 4 years of his life, and that's my whole thing. Like, when I met him and by chance I saw he's a very good musician. He's an extremely talented musician. He has sung 2 songs in the film. He's also composed one in the film. He's also done some songs for one big upcoming film. The thing is like, he's a musician. I by chance saw his showreel. Alaya F was showing me something. And I saw the showreel in which he was doing big monologues of Irfan Khan, Manoj Bajpayee and all these actors. And he did a monologue of the climax of Shul, which I was the dialogue writer of. And I did not know who this boy was. And he did the monologue. I said, yeah, he's a North Indian. I did not know he was a Thackeray. I said, I want to meet him. Then I met the boy. And then I met the boy and I was like, hey, wo, and kuch malum nahi tha. He did not know because he was totally into music and he was doing workshops and things as an actor, but he was also at that stage where he was trying to figure it out. And then I said, I gave him the script to read. I said, react to the script. And he has somebody at home who's from North India,
Okay.
from UP.
Huh.
So, and I write, the script was in Devanagari.
Huh.
So that person read it with him and everything, and they were laughing and they reacted and they said, sir, ye hai, and these two brothers, Bablu, Dablu, and I was not very, at that point I did not know there is a double role or I will cast two brothers in it.
Huh.
That thing was open
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
So I threw it like a challenge at him. And I said, I'll do the film, it's the same thing like what I did with Vineet. I said, you become a boxer, I'll make mukkabaz with you because to shoot boxing will cost money. I can't get that kind of money. So I told him, I said, ki, like, it entirely depends on you. You give me the time and the hard work and you become two brothers, it will be a double role. If you can't become two people, then you get one role, I'll find another actor. So it is like what was I said. And he worked on it, he went, lived in Kanpur, he worked on himself. As he was very well built.
Okay.
So I said like, North India mein ye six packs nahi hota. Like almost repeating the same conversation probably I had with Salman during Teradam and I was thrown out. So but six packs nahi hota. I said do calisthenics. I said because people are strong and like body language and energy has to be like intense. But it's not, muscular definition doesn't exist because the film is also spans 3 decades.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
What is the genre of the film?
I will call it a crime drama. I will call it, I don't know. It's a drama. It's a crime drama. But it's more crime and punishment. It's like, it's a family unit over 3 decades.
Okay.
2 generations. And with everything else.
Sounds vast.
It's very vast, yeah.
Okay.
But then it's the kind of cinema that, the Hindi cinema that I loved growing up. Like going back to like stories like Trishul, Diwar, Ram or Shyam, the Bimal Roy thing, and
I somehow can't imagine you watching Bimal Roy. I don't know why.
I love Bimal Roy.
Really?
I've seen all his
Like
films.
Sujata and all that.
Sujata and all, everything.
You are
Do Bigha
like,
Zameen,
somehow I'm like
Sujata.
having this trouble seeing a little Anurag watching some more.
My father was a big fan. No?
Okay.
So, ऐसा देखा था. Bimal Roy discovery actually happened. It's very simple now. When I was growing up, you discover a film through an actor, not through a director.
Yeah.
So Dilip Kumar के through Devdas discover हुआ. Devdas के through filmmaker discover हुआ. And then father's one of his favorite actors was Balraj Sahni and पहले. So Balraj दो बीघा जमीन discover हुआ. And then everything else.
Yeah. So this is like what, the VCR stage?
No.
Doordarshan.
No. Pre-Doordarshan.
Okay.
This is of 3 films being projected on the big white wall in a week.
Oh.
Kind of a father's government job. Clubs.
Okay.
There's no cinema. There was Chalchitra. And there was to be a club. The thrice a week they used to project films on a big white wall for the entire colony to watch.
Right.
Because my father was setting powerhouses.
Right. So I'm going to take a break there and ask you, because I'm very, very motivated by people like you, because right from Punch, right, it's somehow or the other been an uphill. I'm not saying that you've had a lot of moments and, a lot of international recognition, all that's good. But in terms of sheer mounting of projects, right from Punch, something happens with Gulal, something happens with something else, this thing, Kennedy, this, that. How do you keep smiling like this? I mean, like, how do you not get...
I love films.
That's it.
I just love films.
Right.
I came here to make films. So the thing is like, at one point it was a distant dream.
Right.
Then it was like, एक फिल्म बन जाएगी तो देखते हैं. वो फिल्म बनी रिलीज नहीं हुई, दूसरी फिल्म बनी रिलीज नहीं हुई, तीसरी फिल्म शेल्व हो गई ऑल इन कालीचरण. But the thing is like, by the end of it, I have made more films than any of my contemporaries.
Yeah, your filmography is dense.
Yeah, it's too much.
Like, yeah.
I have no complaints. I'm very happy. And I don't stop. So I learned it long time back. It's not like during 5 days if Kennedy did not release, I would be sitting at home waiting for Kennedy to release. But I have learned not to get caught up in that, not to become constantly, because in between when I was seeing what everybody was doing and there's a formula going on, and I know it was becoming very difficult to put a film together, right? And I was and everybody was like, why do you keep whining and complaining? I said, I'm not complaining, I'm like literally, look at me as a red light, I'm warning, because I've seen that happen many times. I've seen that happen to many filmmakers. Filmmakers I still respect and look up to. But I know at what given point they did not pay attention to it, make a mistake. I said, my thing is, nobody knows the formula of a hit film. It's a very old joke, I don't know who cracked it. But he said, why films work and they become hits? Because of magic. I know what magic it is. You only find out when it becomes a hit.
Yeah, it's
I think that's the only way. When a film becomes a hit, everybody finds some kind of a reason. This is why it became a hit. I said, nobody knows it beforehand. All you can do is enjoy the process. Make the film that you want to make. Have faith in it, believe in it, put it out there. And be cost conscious.
And also, like from what you said, if a film gets stuck, move on to something else. So
My thing is like, my job, I made the film. The film traveled the world. It's still there. It's cleared the censors. It's with the distributor. They'll release it. Now, there's no point. At one point, I have shown my displeasure. Like, yeah, what are you doing? But then after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let it eat me up. I'll move on. It also teaches you what are the kind of people you're working with, कहाँ पे क्या problems होती हैं. And only thing I've learned is वहाँ लड़ने में थोड़ा सा निकल आओ बाहर और बाहर जाके कुछ करो. But similarly, I just went on, moved on. I made my next film, and I was on a long flight to Melbourne, and sitting right on my side was the then head of Amazon, Aparna Purohit.
no,
And long flight. What are you doing? Read a script. I gave her Nishaanchi to read.
it's as easy as that. Wow.
It became as easy that. It's like by chance. And then I think there was Wi-Fi in the plane. She also sent it to the whole team. Before I land in Melbourne, everybody read the script. This is the internal story I've heard later. But then by the time we landed, the film was greenlit. This is so much fun. Where was the script?
But this is a theatrical.
This is a theatrical.
Yeah.
It was right from the beginning. It was very clear.
Right.
This was a theatrical, and it was like, what is it? And I think it was the fastest film that has happened.
What is Anurag Kashyap's biggest hit in terms of like the films you made?
In terms of perception, people say it's Wasepur.
Okay.
In reality, it's Devdi and Manmarziyan, and then Mukkabaz.
Oh, Mukkabaz did well.
Yeah, it was a very low cost film.
Right. So you're talking
Compared
about
to cost.
ROI.
ROI, return on investment, yeah.
Right.
Like Gangs of Wasepur, the Viacom still shows it as Colors making money out of it, but they are not. Colors, I think, is not a company owned by Viacom.
Okay, nice. So, but this is always, you choose to make a particular kind of film, and I love that you're sticking to your guns because I love the worlds that you create, the eccentric stuff that you do. It's fantastic, but you have a fantastic sense of music. You have a brilliant sense of drama because Wasepur reminded me so many places of Salim Javed and all those 80s and 70s films that we grew up on.
We all
right?
grew
It's
up on,
like because it is that
absolutely.
thing, because it's like it is the tonality is a little different, but the drama is there, like the way you stage the stuff and all that. Why haven't you gone and said, I want to make a full-on commercial film? Like
This is it.
This is
For
the
me,
one.
this is my full-on Salim Javed film.
This is it.
I call this my if totally because I know Javed Saab told me after watching Mukkabaz, आपको पैसे कमाने से दिक्कत है क्या?
He said that. Of course.
तो मैंने बोला क्यों सारा पैसा क्यों बोल रहे हैं? यार आपका हीरो एंड में जीत जाता तो पिक्चर और बड़ी हिट हो जाती, आप कमाते थोड़े और पैसे. सब सही जा रहा था, एंड में क्या जरूरत थी वो एंड करने की? मैंने कहा नहीं सर, वो एंड के लिए फिल्म आई थी, इससे यार तुम्हारे साथ प्रॉब्लम है. तो उस if I go by that conversation with him, this is my proper full on Salim Javed zone of film with
And the hero
that kind
wins. The hero
with
wins.
the
and-
kind of a payoff. A film needs to have a payoff.
Yeah, yeah. No, but speaking of Salim Javed, this is the year that Sholay turns 50.
Yes.
And I think it's one. I think it's
It's
if
a
somebody
great
asked me to list, the instant classics of Indian cinema that just instantly come to my mind, right? For I've seen it so many times, I'm never bored. That's on, and it's not just commercially there, but even when you look at the script,
It's not. It's like it's
Yeah.
not aged at all.
yeah. So I have this question about. So there are scenes in that are borrowed or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what is your theory about like for instance when Thakur comes back and sees his family murdered? That's
That sequence is
yeah, that's like do you bother at all about being inspired? The word plagiarized, the word inspired, the word copy, whatever it
I
is,
don't
however you
know.
want to call it. How does it?
I really don't, because I know a lot of people keep talking about this is not original, that's not original. It has never bothered me.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm a cinephile, but I was not born a cinephile. I first saw Hindi films. I saw films later. There's a world that opened up because of the books that I read. I'm saying it's not
These are
just
film books or general books?
general books, the Hindi novels. I'm saying a lot of novels, films like Kati Patang.
Gulshan Nanda.
I
think so.
I married a dead man, something like that. It's a Cornel Woolrich novel, right? Pale Khan was Omar Mukhtar.
Yeah.
I'm saying it is, and most of our music,
Yeah.
whether it's S.D. Burman, R.D. Burman, old music also, used to be inspired. But that inspiration of music also finally goes back to Chopin, Bach,
Yeah.
everyone else. I'm saying the thing of, I have a problem with someone who takes something and just imitate it. That too, which has an access. I don't call it, you can't do it. I call it stupidity. I'm saying, say for example, a film has just come out within the country, in one language, it's already a hit, and then you're doing a remake of it. I'm like, why do you need to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially in today's time, when it's accessible.
Right.
There were times when all Bachchan films were remade with Rajnikant
Yeah.
or with somebody else. All films from South were remade in Hindi. Like a lot of Kamal Hassan,
No,
like
those
Sadma,
were-
original was remade as Sadma.
Yeah,
like,
those are sold and remade, right?
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, and I want you to tell me what you think of it. I don't have a problem with.
No, I
thing-
don't have a problem with where you take it from.
Take it
Like,
from-
where you take it to.
right? That's what. So the thing is, within the world of Ramnagaram or wherever they shot Sholay, that scene fits so beautifully that is what matters to me. That is like isn't that the point? Like
For me, I saw Sholay without having seen Once Upon a Time in the West or
no,
this
same
or
here.
that. I saw Sholay first, right? So 15 years or 20 years later, somebody says this scene was picked up from there, that scene was picked up from there. Fine. I'm saying those very filmmakers were somewhere inspired from something or the other.
yeah.
Every filmmaker has been inspired from something or the other. Like if I break down, like a lot of anime inspired work in Black Swan, in Aronofsky. But it's not, I won't call it that he's copying or something. And I won't have a problem with it. What is it? It's not a competition. We're telling stories. Our stories are borrowed. And our stories are not borrowed from now on. I'm saying we have a sacred ancient text is Ramayana. Indonesia has its own version of Ramayana. Tamil Nadu has its own take on Ramayana. You travel to Thailand, it has its own take on Ramayana. So what do you call that? We tell stories. The other day I was telling some joke. That joke exists in every language. It's somewhere. हमारे joke में सरदार है, तो उनके joke में कोई और है.
Yeah.
किसी और के joke में कोई और है.
Yeah.
But I'm saying everything, the whole tradition of storytelling was oral.
When you say, let's take Nishaanchi because you're talking about it right now. Can you say, in this film, I was thinking of this particular film or filmmaker while I was making this, not as this one, but something to fuel your, to focus your aesthetic.
No, not aesthetic. Storytelling, yes. Storytelling, I was in the zone of Mehboob Khan, Asif.
I'm really intrigued with this. What you made now, I really want to watch this.
But at the same time, it was also a reaction to this whole, what happened was, at the time of the release, Wasipur did not do what it needed to do. But post Mirzapur release, it became some kind of a cult.
Oh, okay.
You know, around that time.
On TV.
Post, no, on OTT.
Oh, on OTT.
On
Okay,
OTT.
right. Which OTTs are on?
Mirzapur is on.
No,
Wasipur is on every OTT.
The Wasipur.
Wasipur is on every OTT. Mirzapur is on Amazon.
Yeah.
So around that time, no, it became some kind of a massive cult, right? And other thing was that was happening was like everywhere I would go, people were like Wasipur 3, Wasipur 3, Wasipur 3. And then what happened at one point, it started like, you know, when people start rolling, and literally I was sitting at one place and everybody was like, कि it made me feel like कि गालियों का इन्वेंशन मैंने किया है. वासेपुर के पहले जैसे हिंदुस्तान में कोई गाली देता ही नहीं था. Nobody used any expletives or any word. It was that world. And then I was like, you know, I was very bothered by that. I was like, you know, this film is so authentically representing a world, right? It's like what Vishalji did in Omkar. He says, you know, this one particular expletive in this area has different meanings. It's an expression. It's not really abuse. It's not always sexual. So for me, it was like, you know what? Wasipur is not whole of North India. They don't look at Manmarziya like it's North India. That's also North India, right? Mukkabad is also North India. But I said I needed to do a film to show that how varied that whole UP Bihar belt is. Wasipur and Nishaanchi is as different from each other as Wasipur and Kanpur are. 840 kilometers apart from each other. The world changes. And Wasipur is still a story I heard, which came to me via someone else. Nishaanchi is a story that came from within me. It's a world I grew up in.
It's set in Kanpur?
It's set in Kanpur, Lucknow.
Okay.
It's a world I grew up in. But the quirks of that world, the humor of that world, everything of that world is inbuilt in me. Like, you know, I have to just go as far as to look at my father to understand where the humor comes from. The song, the music, like Dhruv Ghanekar, when he first did his first round of music and when he did Dear Country and 2-3 songs, we were like, yes, this is the world. This is the world. And from that song, from the language, Ranjan Chandel, who was my co-writer, who's from Kanpur, I said, give it a modern intonation of Kanpur. Because for us, Kanpur, when you live in a boarding school, so what happens is when you grow up in a boarding school, the kids from all parts of the world, they all have their own peculiarities, their manner of speaking and everything. So it becomes like a melting pot. A boarding school is a melting pot of various cultures. And as a growing up, as a inbuilt writer in me has borrowed so much from there that I might not know the whole of one space, but I know a person from that space who had these peculiarities, and if I take that as a thread and keep pulling it and follow it, I'll find a whole world.
Yeah, and plus I don't think, I mean, it's your fictional representation of a place. It doesn't have to be 100% realism.
It's not 100% real, but it's a fictional story. But the thing is, the joy of the language, the joy of the way people are and their attitude is something that's very particular to the place.
3-5 விடுங்க நட்சத்திரா எடுங்க
Nakshatra carbon free agarbattis.
MCR Pure Cotton Club, formals and casual shirts.
கிராண்ட் ராயல் டூஸோட டிராவல் பண்ணுங்க. இடங்களும் புதுசு, நினைவுகளும் புதுசு.